What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome back to DanMachi, Dan Memo. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? It has been quite a long time, but now there is a brand new collaboration going on with Date Alive, so I thought, you know what, why not jump back into the game? So before we get started, however, there is this free banner going on right now, so you know what? Let's go ahead and start this welcome back to Dan Memo with, of course, a summon. Let's kind of keep the volume a little. There you go. There you go. I'm not going to remember any of their like little lines of dialogue that they say before they summon like the higher tier characters. It's such a long time. All right, it's just a bunch of 2-star fodders. Nothing too crazy here. This is not the collaboration banner. This is just a free banner that was waiting on me when I jumped into the game. So you know what? I'll take it. Even though so far up, here we go. So like this, I felt like I knew them back in the day, and now I'm just like, no. There you go. We'll take it. Of course, plenty of copies of Eyes. So the main reason why I kind of stopped playing the game is just that I kind of got tired of the flood of Bells and Eyes and Hestias. There's just so many of them. So, you know, Leafia. Like, I just got bored of just seeing the same characters so often. But now with these brand new collaborations going on, so there's two different banners. There's this Date Alive banner here, and then this one here. Now, I haven't had a chance to finish the anime just yet, so I'm going to kind of reserve that until I can do more of the event quests, which are right over here. So, first things first, before we even talk about that, can we just say Red Dot Simulator 2019? Like, like I know, you know, like I said, I've been gone for a long time, and I'll remember what all of these red dots do. But when I first came back into the game, I was like, where do I even begin? There's nothing but a bunch of red dots on my screen. Like, I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, that's kind of the downward part about coming back to a game that you used to play. It's really kind of hard to get back into the swing of things because, I don't know, I mean, you just kind of forget what you were doing, what you need to be doing. And that's always a struggle. But it does look like this Date Alive collaboration, just kind of like, at least the early part, is very low level. You shouldn't have too many issues going through. Looks like this game still has like a little like micro stutters when it comes to the combat. I am running on a Razer 2 with 8 GB of memory. I used to have a much weaker phone when I played this game before, and I had like really bad hiccups in combat, but it looks like it's still there just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, if you guys are kind of new to my channel and you weren't around when I was covering Dan Memo, or if you never played it, but you did see Another Eden, I think the same teams are responsible for the combat engines for both Another Eden as well as Dan Memo, DanMachi. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Are we about to level up? No, we're not. There we go. So this is the squad that I was working with. Like I said, I don't even remember what I was doing. I have no idea. But the really great thing is that these stories, like, I'll tell you, the very first story section of this collaboration already had me laughing. Like, that's something that this game has always done a really good job of. Fully voice acted, of course, with English subtitles. Very, very nice. I'm just gonna actually, you know what, I guess we don't want to spoil, do we? I wanted to show you the Date Alive characters is really what I want to do. You've already seen these characters before. Belle, girl with the big backpack. Here are all the Date Alive characters so far. So very cool outfits. I love the fact that finally we have characters in the game that are dramatically different than the normal characters that have been in the game since day one. I think that's very awesome, finally. But let's go ahead and skip that for now. I mean, we pretty much, actually, to be honest, both of these characters are exactly the same. They react to women exactly the same. I haven't seen all the anime. Like I said, I did watch 2 episodes of Date Alive. The first episode made me feel a little dirty, not gonna lie. I posted about, oh, see you later. I posted about it on my YouTube post. I was like, really, guys? I'm not gonna, you know what? I am gonna spoil it. Soon as you watch the very first episode of Date Alive, literally 2 to 3 seconds in, you get panty shots of a sister and brother. You know what? I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there. You're not about to demonetize me, all right? Oh, hey, Hestia. Hey, speaking of demonetized, I'll be demonetized for this. Absolutely be demonetized for this. But so this is Dan Memo, right? The game does have quite a bit of content going on at the moment. One of my biggest beasts with the game was just really down to just kind of character burnout. But if we just actually skip the story, and I'll kind of show you kind of what's going on here, because I do remember quite a bit. So right now, There are other collaborations going on for Data Live. So there's part 1, part 2. There's also Heroic Trials as well, which is, as you might expect, a little bit harder, and you usually have to use kind of the right combination of characters to proceed in this. And of course, this one has normal, hard, very hard, and of course, EX versions. Your main story, which is what most people are going to be able to kind of go through without too many issues, normal, hard, and very hard. You're also going to get currency throughout these missions that you can then exchange either over here in this shop here or inside this gacha. So just, I don't even have enough to do one gacha roll. But you're going to be basically getting these drops as you do the story, and you can turn around and use those drops in order to get different resource materials to level up your character. So it's actually kind of cool. It's a total in-game economy gacha, and I don't really see a lot of games doing things like that. So that's basically how the kind of the flow of DanMachi is. Every time there's a brand new event or story, you have these event missions right here. You go through these events, you grind through them. You are going to be repeating them quite a bit. You will get currency, then you can turn around and use that currency to make your squad even stronger. The last time I played, it did not have dispatch quest. It had like a rampage mode, I believe, which was like the grindiest thing of all grinds. I literally had to keep my phone on like 12 hours out of the day doing rampage mode. But now, as far as I can tell, that's gone, and they now have this thing called dispatch quest, which is your tried and true, send your squad out for a couple of hours, they come back with goodies, which I definitely appreciate. Over here are just boosts. These are your daily resource grinds every single day to get yourself resources like gold, EXP, crafting, things of that nature. And then of course you have your story mode, which in this game, believe it or not, even if you haven't seen any of the DanMachi anime, you can actually completely be caught up by just going through the story mode in this game, because pretty much every single scene from the anime, every major scene in the anime is retold via these story quests. So you can completely neglect watching the anime and just play this video game here and get all of your story quest needs right there. So that is that. Last time I left, they didn't have guilds. I'm gonna have to figure out this whole guild thing. Like I said, there's so many red dots. Like, what am I looking at? What am I even looking at, YouTube? I have no idea. But we do have, oh, well, hold on. Ryu wants to tell me how to do guilds properly. I'm gonna have to come back, Ryu. I'm sorry. We're right in the middle of the video. So guilds have been added. Blacksmithing was already in the game when I first played. Basically, you will get drops that you can, hold on, let's take a look at here. There's like certain ones that take very specific materials, or at least they used to. You know, things have changed, FG. Things have changed. Might just be gold these days. Ah, there you go. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, just gold for right now. I could have swore there were some special ones that you had to actually, let's see. There we go. There we go. I didn't even actually press crafting. I pressed purchase. But of course there is crafting here where you have to go out and get these resource materials, which now come from dispatch mode, which is great. You can get these resource materials and actually build armor now. This takes the place of that basically all day long grind session of Rampage, which I just thought was just atrocious. You know me, as of these days, I'm so against modes that kind of force you to kind of keep your game on all day long. I let a couple of them slide in my lineup, but I can't play more than one. Like, it's just impossible to play more than one. But there is a pretty robust crafting and blacksmith system in the game, as you might expect. We already talked about the gacha, of course, the cash shop. There is arena as well, which I was always terrible at, but I think it's only open at very specific times. Right now, Record Buster is open. Let's get embarrassed. So Record Buster is basically like, do as much damage as you possibly can to a boss without dying. Eventually you will die, but try to get as much damage done as you possibly can, and then you will be ranked against your peers here. Once again, these are usually very meta intensive. You really want to bring a very specific team. Rivera looking much different than I remember. You usually want to bring a very specific team, and I am not him. But here's my squad here that I left off with: Leafia, Ryu, Wolf, maybe Rivera, Eyes, that one girl. Dang, I forgot all their names. It's been such a long time. Unfortunately, so she puts people to sleep, but she wakes them right back up. So that's super friendly of her. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh, not that amazing. I've seen better. DanMachi. All right, I am having it on just on autoplay for right now because it's been such a long time. So I don't really remember all of my abilities, but I'm going to try to get back into the flow of things. Girls Are Girl Eyes in the house. OG Eyes right here. Had her since day one, literally day one. Got Rivera doing a few heals here. I wonder if we can actually make it through 15 turns. That won't be bad. First day back, not knowing anything whatsoever. Oh, come on. And then we'll see where we rank. It'd be hilarious if I rank pretty decently after being gone this long. But I'm sure I have been so left behind when it comes to just the overall meta and strength and power level and crafted gear and upgrades and everything. Everything. Multiple max limit breaks, all that stuff. But we're getting pretty close here. We're already at turn 10. I thought I was going to die a lot faster. That's the only reason why I came into this mode. But look at this. We got backup, don't worry. Because my backup girl in the house. Who's going to do their next ultimate? It's going to be more Eyes, being selfish as normal. Selfish, bootleg Urza. Well, real Urza's kind of selfish as well. But you know what? It's not about her. We're not talking about amazing characters, all right? We're just talking about a basic girl in this game named Eyes. That's it. That's all we're talking about. Uh-oh. Oh, this is okay. So this one looks a lot cooler than the oh, she just powered up on me. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I wonder if you get her in your team, does she have this, like, this little Super Saiyan mode she's got going here? Let's see how much harder it hits me now that she's SSJ. A little bit, but Eyes and Leafia still living, still doing pretty well. Down goes Eyes, down goes. I got to turn 15 almost. 13 out of 15, it's not bad. That ain't bad. Where do I rank in the world? Look at that. I'm 80th place maybe. Jumped up 42 ranks. Can't be mad at that. First day back. Look at that. Very nice. That was on difficulty 1, obviously. I know. Monsterphilia, we're not going to talk about. Here's Wargame. That's the actual PvP there. So a lot of content. All right. If this is the game, this is the game I think that kind of gets overshadowed a lot for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's not the most popular IP on the planet. And number two, the ratings on the review store, I think, keep it away from getting downloaded very often. It still has a pretty poor review score due to some I'm not even going to bring it up. Due to some issues that were early on in the game when it came to, actually, I'm going to bring it up because it won't make any sense. Due to censorship in the very beginning, a lot of people kind of went to the game and just kind of 1-star rated it the entire time it was launching, which I think kind of hampered the momentum the game had early on. But I think the game is worth your time. Still, I said it back then. I'll still say it now. I do think the game is still worth your time, especially now as we're getting closer to the newest season of DanMachi. So hopefully they'll start adding new and additional characters. There's only so many times I can be excited over getting yet another Eyes and yet another Bell. So we got this collaboration going, so that's a good step. This collaboration is definitely worth jumping into. And then once the new season of the anime comes, that's another good reason. And then of course all of the free gacha stuff going on as well. I'm gonna figure out which one of these gachas I need to jump on. Like I said in another video, I'm actually going out of town for a few days, so I'm gonna have plenty of time. Gonna have plenty of catch-up time, don't worry. But I did want to let you guys know that I am back, at least for now, to kind of check out the game and see kind of where it's going, and hopefully maybe I can stick around until the brand new season comes. So that will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing this banner right here. I'm pretty sure. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't want another Eyes. I really don't. So that will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, hopefully you guys are coming on back to DanMachi. Give it another chance for the very first time. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Later.